Oh, it feels good knowing that somebody has to beat me.
Sugar Shane Johnson, 2023 is his year.
The reigning champion from last season, this season, the next season, and the season after that.
Round 1. Fight!
Knockout!
Well, here we go. I had to start it off with it, Sean. I had to, my guy.
I know. I broke the glass so hard on that. I'm sorry.
There you go. Will Stewart, Sean Green, Division II Finals, ladies and gentlemen. James Edwards versus Richard Sterbenz. Are you ready for this one?
Oh man, listen. Let's not call it a coincidence that I wore all of my To The Point streaming stuff for this. I'm not excited for Indy or anything like that. But that aside, come on, James. Like, this would be huge for Indy to bring it home. Although I will say the fact that a Floridian has also not won Division II, found that out. That's also really cool. And I'm looking for a good battle tonight. I think it's going to be a good battle. These guys have played before. Man, let's talk about it, man. What do you got going on? $2,500 to first place, $1,500 to second place. Let's all that.
Well, we all know that one because we bring the good money to this CSC Challenger Series, but I think we're down for an interesting match. I mean, when you look at the numbers, I mean, James Edwards 58.3 win percentage, and then Richard Sterbenz 57.9 win percentage. Yeah. Like, how close is that, dude? Like 0.4 off of each other for win rate. We're certainly in for a thriller, but actually, let's go ahead and take it on over to our king seat holder, James Edwards, as we'll see some tail of the tape information here. Of course, he's playing at, well, a local favorite for you, Night Owls, and boy, is it packed, folks.
Yeah,
it is packed.
It's packed tonight. They did a little special thing for James and gave him like a trophy just for qualifying for the CSC Challenger Series. That's a bold move for them because I know they have at least 3 or 4 other players there that are more than capable of making the CSC Challenger Series as long as they get their games in. And I know that those guys are motivated because of James. So it's a big thing for our state, for our city, that he's the first to kind of let us to kind of lead the way on the series. And I can't wait for more indie people. But he's a silent assassin. He's been playing for about 10 years. NPR 58. His NPR is a 4.73. Sorry, 58.3% win rate, like you said. Throwing those Rob Cross 18-gram darts. Huge shout out to his wife Sierra. Huge supporter. It's packed in there. But let's talk the rest of the stats. Right. First of all, his run in the CSC Challenger Series might be the hardest that we've ever seen. Tyler Hensey in the first round, he got 4th place. In round 2, he got Todd Wigman, who was a former CSC Challenger Series Division I player. That's not easy. Brett Holliday, last year's champion. He made top 8. Rich Sterbenz, he's playing him again tonight. Dwayne Johansson, he got 3rd place. So James will have beaten, if he wins tonight, the finalist twice, 3rd place, 4th place, top 8, and Todd Wigman. And if Todd Wigman's the one on the list, it's like the outlier, that's a pretty good list.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, buddy. That is a fantastic list if you're James Edwards. But, let's take it on over to Rich Sterbenz and see what he's got here, because he's got a pretty good list as well. He's definitely earned his right to be here, but he's playing out of the cue ball. Nicknamed the King, been playing for 20-plus years, at 4.63 MPR. So just a little bit off of James. And then, of course, the win rate, like we mentioned, 57.9, but throwing the Black Venom 17.7 gram. Barrels. So overall, 4.6. Go ahead.
No, that's just a super dart that he throws. So
that's what I was thinking.
Sorry.
That's what I was thinking. You're good. 4.63, 44 nines, 119 7 marks, 134 5 marks, and 3 white horses for Rich. And I mean, when it comes to the tail of the tape, right off the bat, he played Chris Watson. That's a good win right there. Jordan Meyer, Paul Otto. Then he came up round 4, James Edwards. Then went to the loser side. Randy White, Tyler Hensey, Dwayne Johansson
Yeah.
on his
Also a
run to
tough
this spot.
Right. Also a really
Yeah.
tough run. And if he ends up winning the CSC Challenger Series, he beats the same people, right? That I just mentioned on James's side. So both these guys have had a fantastic season, first season in the CSC Challenger Series as well for both these players. So that promo where Nick's talking about the player one, you could be next. It could be either of these guys, right? And that's kind of the cool thing about Division Two, and what Ram did in Division One on Monday. He could have easily arguably been that player one. But I do want to talk real quick. The All-Star rank list and NPR rating is always updated, right? And right now it has Richard Sterbenz as the second qualified person for Division 2 of the CSC Challenger Series with a 4.68 NPR. So that's his league average that he currently is holding to James's 4.40. I just wanted to point it out. I know this is a different format. A league is completely 100% different than anything else, but it's a lot closer than it even seems to be. And if Rich Sterbenz is able to throw a 4.68 in league when less is on the line, so to speak, it's going to be a challenge. But hey, that's what they're here for.
Yep. I'm excited. Yeah. This is gonna be a good one. Brother James taking on Richard Sterbenz here in this one. As I
love it.
I like to consider James straight out of the Amish land because boy, oh boy, does he really resemble it. You just put a hat on that guy, I tell you what.
Listen, he rocks the beard, and he just needs to make sure that for Halloween he continues to dress up like an Amish person. And he is married, so he is allowed to have that beard in the Amish community. So I want you to know that is a legal beard, if he was in that one. But hey, if you've never watched before, let's go over the format and specific rules of the CSC Challenger Series. First of all, welcome. I don't know where you were Monday. You should probably watch those highlights. And then tonight's going to be just as good. Nah, probably not. But it'll be pretty decent on top of that. It is the finals, right? It is a double elimination style tournament. Players play a race to 9, best of 17 legs, all cricket with a cork or 3-dart count up to start the match. I think that's what we're about to see here. In the double elimination style tournament, James is on the king seat. So he has to be beat by Rich 2 weeks in a row in order to lose the title. If either player is down 3 or more legs, they will continue to go first until the deficit is reduced to 2 legs. This is the PPD player advantage rule that Mike talked so lovingly about earlier today. If we go the distance,
and we go the
speed, no, it's too late. Players will cork for start in the last leg decider. And on the line here is not a small chunk of change. $2,500 to first place, $1,000 difference between first and second. And they just tied on the diddle on 81. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
That's one of those things. It happens every once in a while. So we'll have to rediddle here. We'll get another 3. We'll see what happens here.
Insider information, just knowing the people there. Apparently there is an ambulance that is at Night Owls dealing with a situation there of some kind. So James is forced to have to kind of focus on the darts and not pay attention to that issue that is currently going on, that I'm sure is not the most fun issue to have going on in your location.
He's already got this issue too. He's got a misregister. That was a trip 20 instead of single 1, so he had to back it up in the
you got to back.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but
and Josh is asking why not shoot the last dart. It's because if you do, then you still have to back it up, and then you have to back it up twice. So it makes it more annoying. But the 135 might be good enough. Might not.
We shall see. Rich gets the look.
He's going to need 2 trebles, and it's not those trebles. So it will be James getting the start here in this first leg. And if anything's like that diddle, we could be going the distance. I can tell you as someone who has performed CPR on someone that that is exactly what's happening at Night Owls right now. So first of all, thoughts and prayers with that person who is currently having CPR performed on him. I know that's a scary situation just to even look at and see. So for James to stay focused here might be a little bit tough early out the gate. But hey, it wasn't going to be easy, right?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, sad. But at the same time, like, way to buzzkill this, like, right off the bat. There,
Stop it. Hey,
come on, brother.
You just hear someone's having a heart attack, probably. You gotta say some nice things for him.
I understand that, but come on now. No,
What
it's
ever will.
unfortunate. It's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. And especially when it's possibly the biggest night, like
Oh, for sure.
for this individual too. So, he looks. I'm gonna be honest with you. He looks strong. We did see a leg here, a leg or two before the stream started, and let me tell you what, James was really playing well. I thought I saw him throw a 6+, which is really nice.
Yep.
Nick said he had the couple warm up legs there where he struggled, but that always is going to happen. But we'll see if he kind of continues on here, if he's able to really take advantage. We'll find out. He's been able to really play well throughout this CSC Challenger Series, put up some good numbers.
He's real even keeled, man, and that's just him in a nutshell.
I'm glad you said that because
Yeah.
that's the thing that we need to say. He doesn't have those real big highs, those real big lows. He stays pretty consistent and pretty even throughout.
Yeah, he's not going to get too up or too down at any point in time. For the situation that's occurring in the bar to be occurring in the bar, it's probably he's best to be the one to deal with it. But that was not the right strategy, first of all, and then he bailed on the strategy halfway through the throw. And again, that's just it's early leg, man. Final CSC Challenger Series. It's going to take a hot minute.
We're gonna have a leg or two to kind of get in the mix here, folks. So hang tight. This is gonna get interesting here very quickly, I guarantee you. But
both throwing well below their average in the CSC this season.
Yeah.
And that's gonna change here really quickly. I guarantee you they're gonna pick it up here rather quickly. I always love the overseas comments that we get about soft tip darts. Just silly. Just because it's not a competitive thing that you do over there does not mean it's not a competitive thing that we do over here. And go ahead and just watch Monday night, and you let us know if you didn't want to watch that.
They don't understand the concept of having the bigger triples and stuff, and they don't understand that it's equal still across the board. So whatever you're shooting, they can shoot as well. And they think it's an easier game. It's like, okay, maybe it is a little bit easier, but at the same time, the other person is right alongside you, and you're still banging, and it's just something they can't wrap their head around. It's so interesting to see those on our platform on USA Darts, and even I've been checking out some of the comments here.
Keep coming back. PPD. Yeah, keep coming back. USA Darts has a lot of steel tip covers that they do all the time. PPD is a soft tip vendor currently, so we'll see kind of what happens there. James getting frustrated, kind of closes the 19s.
Yep.
Just to piggyback on that point here, I mean, one thing is, and I know that was probably an overseas comment, but especially North American darts, we've talked about it before. Steel tip versus soft tip's not the competition. It's about growing the sport in general. If one's doing well, the other one's bound to do well as well.
Yep. And that's what we're seeing over here is the talent of steel tip in North America is turning up to play overseas in all those competitions. As we get our first, boom goes the dynamite there for James Edwards, the first of the evening. And
I think that we're starting to see less and less of the steel tip, soft tip mentality. It's starting to be more dart player mentality, which is good. We're starting to see more soft tip players play both, more steel tip players play both, which is good.
Yeah, and that's the goal, right? Is that everyone cross plays. Night Owls is one of those locations that has a whole bunch of steel tip boards on the other wall over there, and they actually have leagues where they play soft tip, steel tip league. 1 week they play soft tip, the next week they play steel tip, and they play each team in both that's in the league. So, bull shooters in South 94 both do the same thing. So, just growing the game the best that we can in all of North America. That's our goal. If it's soft tip, awesome. If it's steel tip, awesome. And we'll get through. Yeah. Everyone talking about the smoking inside. For some reason, I don't smoke. That's not for some reason. For some reason, I don't smoke, and I don't really notice those types of things here in Indy because both locations that I go to frequently are smoking locations. It just is what it is.
I see it a lot in Oklahoma as well. Got a lot of smoking bars down there.
A lot of great systems to get rid of the smoke, and everything's fine. And everybody's happy. You don't have to take breaks for smokers. Oh yeah, Scott Jules is absolute beast. He's actually qualified for the CSC Challenger Series for season 6. FYI, just so you know. So he'd also play soft tip all the time.
Which is yeah, hopefully he'll be able to play in our next season. We definitely like to see that.
No, hopefully he can't, right? We don't want him to, because that means that he is over there doing his thing. This is going to be
at the same time. We want
this
both.
is one of those starts that's frustrating for both players, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. And we still haven't put a number on the board here.
No, it's
that's
a slow
the thing.
starting leg. It's early. They're both not throwing their best. It'll pick up. We know that it will. You said James played earlier, shot fantastic.
He had some couple warm up legs before. I know he was throwing with Don Kirby.
Oh yeah, love Don
before. So
there's Don standing back there.
Yep, and that's who he threw. He threw a nice 6-0 against Don earlier. So
you have to against Don.
But once those cameras come on, it's a little different feeling, and you know they're on once the match starts. So.
Oh yeah. Well, again, he has that situation going on somewhere in the bar, which can honestly explain all of this, right? You start off with being as focused as you possibly can. You're in the right mindset, and then that happens. That's a tough one. Everybody in the chat, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We truly appreciate you. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Let everybody know we are live. Let's get this thing going. A 4-2-0 wins leg number 1, AO, and that will probably be the lowest leg 1 total. At least that'll be close to the lowest MPR win of the night, unless we get into some scrappiness. Oh, why you're not a wolfing about the Maloney show and the Guevara show? Don't forget about him. He was 50% of that performance.
And don't get me wrong, you weren't trying to be rude about the less 9s tonight.
No.
It's just I don't think we're gonna see 53 9 marks for quite some time.
Yeah, I mean that might as well be a million. Might as well be a million.
Geez, Nick, I can't believe you said that live on air, man.
My bad. Sorry.
I'm happy that you said it, right? Like, and you should be happy that you said it, because that just shows how ridiculous that was.
Yep.
That in your mind, you forcefully thought 51 9 marks was as equal to saying a million. And 99 nights out of 100, you're right.
Yep.
But not Monday night.
Nah, no sir. Dodge Ray.
I don't think I've ever seen. I'm just gonna skip over it. Any 4-leg in a row of 29 marks in those 4 legs, 5 per leg. That's insanity.
You know what's kind of funny though.
Yeah,
Maloney was out here crybabying it away this morning. Still, nonetheless,
that's another trip one that it's in that same hole too. It's that one hole.
I know he's watching, so I couldn't resist saying that.
What about him crying about
he was just
the player
out here cry babying it as usual with his little video this morning. The player advantage rule.
Now, I do love the take there, but let's be honest, minor sidebar related to that. I loved the Maloney and Millars and all these other players that are sitting down and taking time to explain their thought process on things, talk about their experience with it, because simply put, none of us are playing Division I anytime soon. And so getting that perspective and hearing from the players, I mean, I have always credited Alex Spellman as well for his, wrap ups on his major events that he does. I think that the players becoming darts influencers, so to speak, other than Mike Maloney, is a great thing.
No, you're 100% right. Anytime they're becoming more sociable and they're putting their thoughts out there. I mean, whether it's good or bad, they're starting to develop those personalities, and personalities create dollar bills. People, that's what they do for the game.
Listen, I love James, but I doubt he's going to be making a
Well,
a video in the next couple of days about his experience.
I'm gonna be
tonight.
100% honest.
He's not that guy.
The silent assassin is no more. It is now Brother James for the rest of eternity because
Hey.
this guy perfectly resembles an Amish dude in
An
every sense of
Amish
the
person too.
An Amish person in 100% of the fashion. Like, dude, come on.
Well, A to Z has chosen to feature the Winmore Firestorm Flame Darts as their November Dart of the Month. Because no electricity, flame. Get a free Winmore accessory pack with every Firestorm Flame barrel you purchase, or you can shop the Winmore launch for all new dart ranges and accessories. Also, the A to Z Darts Black Friday weekly sales are here just in time for the holidays. This week until November 7th, enjoy Black Friday savings for Target and Harrows. Just click the banner found on their homepage, a-cdarts.com, and check back next week for new sales.
James starting to throw some heat here, 4.5, and he's really starting to hit it.
Big darts there from James. Good 7 mark. Obviously wanted the 15 there on dart 3, but that'll do. In complete control early on.
I did not give an over under for my prediction today, and you didn't give a prediction as well. So
nope. Did you give?
I don't think it's good for you to give a prediction first off because you know what it's going to be. I was going to go with 15-9 marks because that's what I think. That's the over under, and I'm going to go with a good old 9-5er to James Edwards.
Wow. So you have him winning by more than he won a few weeks ago against Rich. I think it's closer than that. My final scoreline prediction is 9-7. I do have James winning it. However, that being said, I do know that Rich can win it, but James just made that 4-6-8 look way too easy. He looked nonchalant the whole time. He just was like, it was his normal darts, right? That first leg, it looked like he was trying a little bit hard to get out the gate swinging, and right there, he just kind of, all right, I'm just gonna do my thing. But yeah, I'm excited, very excited for tonight. And you said over under was how many? You said 16, 17, 13? What'd you say?
I went 15. 15.
Oh, so not any of those numbers. I like slightly over. Slightly.
I think over would be the good play there if I was a betting man, which I am.
That was actually like a really legit laugh right at the beginning. That was impressed. That was impressive. Look at Rich closing the higher ground there on dart 2. He's been listening to Baggish a little bit too much. See what James does to counter that. Oh, he'll just hit some trip 18s. Maybe throw in a trip 1 for fun, and then takes out the 19s. We do know about James' game. He is aggressive. He will go for closes. He will try and make someone open up a new number. That last dart, if he has the point lead, typically goes for close no matter how many points is up.
Did want to mention the draws are out for the WDF World Championship. Did you see that?
I did not see the draws. I heard that there's a potential top 16 matchup between Leonard Gates and Jules Van Dongen. Or not Jules, sorry. Leonard Gates and Danny Lobby. I also heard that a lot of the pundits were taking our gold man Leonard. Did they even know he got 3rd place in the CSC Challenger Series?
He's got a tough road ahead. Let's just be honest with that one. But we'll see. We'll see. He's got that French Thibault Trickle.
Oh, man,
right?
No. The finalist of last year or 2 years ago?
Yep, he's got him right in front of him, so we'll see.
Wait, that's who drew in the first round?
No, he's got him in the second round, potentially.
Oh, well, don't overlook whoever's in that first round.
Well, also in the mix is going to be Danny Lauby, Jim Widmeyer, and then Miss Paula Murphy on the women's side.
I love that. Yeah. It's so annoying that Bo's playing in the WDF and not in the PDC, though. Let's be honest. But it's her prerogative. She can do whatever she wants to do. Susie's asking a great question. Is there something wrong with Rich's camera? Yes, it does not exist.
Unfortunately.
If it did exist, Susie, we'd be right there. Because right now Nick is bored, and when Nick's bored, he yawns even more in our ears than we're used to. and he hasn't even yawned yet, which is kind of impressive. He's on top of it tonight. If you guys are wondering why I am having the demeanor that I'm having, I'm first of all nervous for James, but also excited for James. Third is that I'm moving tomorrow, and I don't know if you can look behind me, but that's about how packed we are.
Not very.
We'll get there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. We're working on getting more of the streaming locations.
Yeah.
For us to kind of pop in and check out streams from the PPD Nationals, because we do feature not only just our CSC players, but those PPD Nationals and All-Star Triples events. We do chime in for not just the elite levels, but maybe the levels that we don't see so often. Those lower level players that are just starting to get into the game or whatnot. So if you want to get a streaming package, reach out to Partners Promoting Darts, dartstoc.com. Get in touch with Carly or Kayla. They'll help you out.
Oh, Rich made a mistake, a big boo-boo there, and James is going to try and make him pay for it. Oh, almost does. So Rich will have one chance to kind of get out of that mistake, but James smelled blood in the water and then immediately attacked. And if you looked at the round previous, he was contrite. He was done with the leg. He was ready to move on. And he's showing a little bit of life here at the end. What's up, Johnny? Hope you're doing well, brother.
Ooh, Roxanne has a good point. Is there a list of streaming locations? I wonder if we can get that added to the where you can play at list.
Yeah, that's actually, I was about to say the same thing. That's a great point there, and that's something that we can definitely work into adding. So thank you for that, Roxanne. And Johnny, miss you too, buddy.
Yeah, that was a fantastic dart from James. Good mention, Sean. But look at this.
I like that he gave himself a winning dart.
Yep.
All right,
but
James,
James,
3 bowls needed.
Yep, just needs a 3 here. Can he do it?
That's a good marker.
Yes, that's a good marker. It looks like. Put it right over the top. Whew. Fantastic.
Done. All right, 4.11. It was a 3.5, I think, like pretty late in the leg. So he picked it up there at the end. Gets leg number 2, steals the throw. Well, broke the throw there. It doesn't matter in a loser start format like this, but it is something to talk about because now James has the advantage.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. James got broken in that first leg by Rich.
Yep.
And now he kind of gets it back here.
Won the last 2 legs. They're both still not throwing great yet. I have a feeling we're going to see a couple legs above a 6 between these two.
Yeah, we need to. We need to. It's the finals. Come on, guys.
I'm expecting it, and
I'm gonna put on a Sean here.
Yeah,
just put on a good game for the show.
Yeah, it's for the show, guys.
It's for the show, guys. Put on a good game.
I don't know if I talk like that big of a toddler, but that's okay. I probably do. Inside information. Just found out that the ambulance is now gone. So everything's kind of back to business as usual there, and I think James's game is better for it early on.
The other thing of note is when I talk to these players, I interview them usually the day of the match, and I've interviewed a lot of different players. These guys first run the CSC, both making the finals, both really want to bring it home to neither Indy or Florida have a Division II title for the CSC. And that's kind of weighing on their minds a little bit. I even asked a question in an interview where I'm like, well, how would it feel to bring it home to Indy? How would it feel to bring it home to Florida? And I thought their eyes kind of lit up a little bit because I think that they weren't thinking about it at that scale. And now they're just trying to shake it off. And the moment that they forget they're on a stream and start throwing darts is when they're really going to escalate the game.
Breaking news. Beep, 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 beep.
All right.
Yeah, the player advantage rule is going to start to take in effect in every tournament we go to from now on, whether it's ADO.
As long as Mike Maloney's playing it.
Booyah Cup. It's all going to be player advantage rule from now on.
And loser start. If you guys keep complaining, we're just going to change the whole format of everything. All race to 9. You want to keep
insider information, and I'll probably get killed for saying this. Things are going to change, I think, big time here in the next couple years, whether that be with the player advantage rule, without the player advantage rule, or just the concept in general of where things go. I think we are in the best spot for darts possible right now, and things are going to start exploding for us in a good way. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
That is not some random weirdo that's walked into the background. I believe that's Steve Corbett that's back there in the frame wearing what can only be described as Michael Myers overalls with a fisherman hat. So, style is a thing for some people. But I'm excited for the rule changes if and when they come into effect. Because guys, listen, we hear you. The players here, it's Mike Maloney are complaining about it, so you guys know it's going to change eventually. I mean, he basically, anything he says goes. That's what everyone knows.
It's not like we just sit on our hands either, guys.
Yeah.
So just know,
we also know how to fine tune this bad boy to make it maybe it's better, maybe it's worse, and that's the problem is that it's always at the end of the day a maybe. You don't know the positives and negatives of the situation until they occur, and to sit there and change an entire format is tough to do. See Don Kirby and his white horse shirt getting denied the fist bump there from James. I love that.
No,
glad we got that close up of that. No, he pulled it away because James did not actually fist bump him.
Oh, okay.
Run it back.
James only starts with a 1 replay here. This is
There's
really
the
this is gritty. This is gritty. I don't like any part of this.
I do. I like it a lot. Why not? 2-2 scoreline, bud. They're both playing gritty. If that's the case, who cares?
I absolutely hate it from their from where they're at, from where I'm at. It's just like a nervy. I hate nervy matches like that. It's just uncomfortable. When you go to the line, it's like you can never find that right groove where you just feel like it's effortless, and you're just finding triple after triple after triple.
Well, there's a big 7 mark there from Rich. But at the same time, both these guys are going to eventually hit, so it's almost just like a ticking time bomb of just waiting for the fireworks to start, which gives me just a little sense of I'm just excited, when's it gonna happen? I'm just ready for it. There's gonna be one big giant leg that's gonna change this whole thing, and once that happens, it's a Katy Perry song from that point forward. Whether it's a party in the USA or it's fireworks. And I know one of those was not Katy Perry, but that doesn't matter.
Party in the USA was definitely not Katy Perry.
Well, you just let me know your female pop stars, teen pop stars. Who was it?
That was Miley Cyrus.
Never heard of her.
Okay, never heard of her. All right. Well, I'm sorry for you, Sean, and your receding hairline. So here we go, folks. James.
Hats.
He's gonna hit a 9 here, and well, he was gonna hit a 9.
Well, until you said something. Way to go! Hey, stop jinxing the indie guy. And there was a dog a-woofing there in the background.
Okay, yeah. So
Rich almost closes it off there. Even Paul knows it was Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, that's pretty bad when he knows and you don't. Brother James looking to win this leg here.
Well, he's got a little bit of work to do.
He does got a little work to do.
Yeah, he's not looking to win this leg, bud.
Not looking promising here, but oh my goodness, look at this.
It's less likely now as Rich does close out the leg. Takes the 3-2 lead, so it keeps going back and forth.
That's the first 5-0 leg we've had.
Oh, there you go. And it's just going to be the first of many. Chelsea, hi from North Dakota. Jim, it wouldn't be another day in the life of us if someone didn't complain about us at this point in time. There is a mute button that you are more than happy to hit if you just want to watch the darts. Otherwise, stay for this witty banter. It'll get to you eventually. You'll eventually love us. It happens to the best.
Probably not, but that's whatever.
Shh, make him stay.
So James really has that kind of Kyle Anderson throw, huh?
Yeah, he does do a little bit of a twist in. And I'm not sure if it's kind of how he sets up right away, which is kind of what Kyle did. It's not really the Martel where he twisted it in, bringing it back. It's definitely just the straight back. Jim, you're good, bud. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, you're right. He does start there and then kind of corrects it moving forward. Interesting.
It really is kind of once you start noticing. It's like, whoa, right? I guess I never really noticed it until now. But Josh Hill inquiring about the new Ladies Challenger Series, and yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. Going to be starting. It's December.
It's December
calendar.
December 11th through February 12th. It's going to be a 16-player bracket where the women get to choose their partner each week. Women take all with the prize, first place prize of $2,500 there.
I love how some godlike figure came out and just spoke out of nowhere. It was like, oh, here we go. Oh, wait, that's just Nick Teixeira in the background. Okay. No, I'm
looking forward to dynamite there on the backup from James Edwards. That's number 2 on the evening. I took the over, so let's get it going, guys.
And that's
like right here.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
Dynamite, Rich.
Here we go, folks. Here we go. Hold on to your seats. Buckle in. This one's going to be a leg.
I warned everybody. Not quite a leg yet. Ooh, James slowed it down. Yeah, Jimmy, it's that one little matrix spot. I don't know. I feel bad for him for Night Owls too, because they definitely take care of their boards better than I would say most in the area, especially when it comes to the streaming area. They're probably way more annoyed than anyone else.
Heather Fuller states the obvious: under 53.
Well, to say it Heather, like a true master, saying 53 is like saying a million at this point.
I'm gonna hammer the under 53 for the rest of eternity. I'm just gonna let you know that.
You don't think there's a day that it gets beat?
Dude, that's tough, my guy. How? I don't even understand how that happened.
Like, it's such an unreachable mark right now. It's what records can we compare that to? Jack Nicklaus's major victories.
Dude, that's over 3.9 marks a leg. Like,
yeah,
what?
That would be the math there. I know that because I've talked about it consistently for the last 2 weeks, and you just didn't believe me.
Here we go. Ooh, no, trip 5.
That's a
James is
too.
Starting to finally find his consistency here.
Yeah, look at these averages in this one. You also want to think of that's a great close from Rich. I like the move to get rid of that big advantage that James had on the 20s. And so James is just going to get rid of Rich's 16s. And the door's open for Rich here. I think if you're Rich, you wanted James to close your 16s and take 2 darts to do so. But not going to hurt too much.
I secretly want to know if these guys in the background that are holding their phones up, if it's actually like super loud to everybody else around them. It's just like blaring. Everybody's like, what are you listening to? He's like...
Okay, well, they're
big
dart there from Rich. Wow.
Huge dart, 5.33, steals it away with a 5 mark on the Bulls.
Unbelievable.
That was massive.
And now he takes a 4-2 lead. The advantage there means that James has to break at some point. And Jeremy Byrne, that's why the breaks of throw are important, even in a loser start format, because in this long type of format, it makes James have to break a throw here at this point. Great,
and that is
huge.
And he was looking at possibly winning that leg and going 3-2 ahead, looking at possible he was looking at 3-3. Sorry, there. And he was looking at possibly going ahead into the break, which would be massive. And now he's looking at no matter what, I'm down.
Yeah, and that's one of those rounds from Rich that can punish for a little bit longer than just the end of that leg, if you know what I'm saying. But for James, it's just going to make him upset and throw better, I guess.
I guess start finding it. I think James needs
You
this
said
leg
many
here.
in a row, Jeremy. You said many in a row. Oh, Bradley, he's definitely listening to us. I think they all are. Sierra, his wife's sitting back there.
If you're listening to your phone right now at Night Owls, just stand up for us. Just give us a stand.
Stand up if you love the darts, you know?
Wave your hands.
To all those
Say
people
hello.
at Night Owls, have we heard of earbuds? Your arm must be getting tired.
Nah,
That too.
not
that
a Night
too.
Owls.
That too.
Yeah, there he is. He's waving. He did not stand. Did not stand though. And that's what I like about that guy.
He said, "I'm not standing. There's no way."
It's not worth it. Oh, great darts again from Rich. Look at these 5-6-7, 5-6-7. I told you that it was just going to heat up. It just definitely has. And unfortunately, James only gets 3 there after the first dart. Probably the most frustrating 3 mark of all time is the one where the first one goes in the treble. Ooh, and he takes for the high ground again.
Yeah, took the shot here. It's forcing James's hand. This is interesting. This is some good play here from Richard. I like it.
I like the 16's first play from James. He's been
but he's adding so much pressure.
Hey, he got on the last dart. That's impressive. Megan, I read it. There's nothing I can do about that right now. So we'll just. Not even happy that I have to the news. So. Rich closes the 16s. Nothing. We'll talk about it later.
Going for the 15s here.
Oh, right, a big Maloney stuff. Double.
That was a massive. He was looking the outside looking in there.
That being said, here comes Rich, who I guess is a bullseye master.
No kidding. As Maloney chimes in to say, love it. Oh, I do severely hate the fact that you've just fully gone in with the Maloney double statements. Like, just call it a double. You don't got to mention his name with it.
Well, James wins at 4-9-5 at the end of the day, but that'll definitely do. Makes it 4-3 as we head into the break. Guys, leave a comment or chat. Hit that like button. Doing so will enter you into tonight's live stream giveaway. For the first time, we're going to mention that because we wanted to reward all those people that for the first half just commented anyway.
Last three leg winning averages 5-0, 5-3-3, 4-9-5. Safe to say we're heating up.
Well, that's why I haven't mentioned it. No, it's a custom CSC retro jersey. I was going to mention that, Will, before you cut me off. Personalize it with your name, preferred collar type, and pocket type, if any. Guys, we will see you right after the break.
My name's Rich Sterbenz, playing at a cue ball. I play for Coleman Music and Entertainment.
Well, Rich the King Sterbenz, welcome back to the CSC Challenger Series for the finals of Division 2. This is going to be your first appearance in the finals. Can you talk to us about how it feels to get to this point?
It feels good. It feels good, especially taking a long break and getting back into it and proving to myself and to others that hopefully I'm here to stay.
And then you've had quite an impressive run. Our first time getting a look at your throw was actually in the third place match against Dwayne Johansson, where you did come out on top. Can you talk us through what you were feeling and what you were going through during that match?
Probably mixed emotions. I had a few bad games in there. Wasn't too happy about that. Trying to figure out what I was doing wrong. But he shot great, phenomenal darts he shot. I shot, like I said, I had my moments, good and bad, but I mean, it was a great match. It was really fun.
And then tonight, you're facing James Edwards, which he's been on a tear this season, and you actually faced him in week 4 where he did come out on top. What's going to be your game plan to make sure tonight goes different?
Probably just try and stay a little bit more consistent. I think I lost to him 9-5 or 9-6. I can't remember. But yeah, just the same thing. Just take it game by game and do the best I can do.
And then if you win it tonight as well as next week, you become the first Floridian to ever hold the Division II title of the CSC. What would that mean to you?
It would mean a lot. It'd be a big accomplishment for me to do it, especially since Kenny for D1 was the last Floridian really to win it. But yeah, it would feel really great and be very humbled.
Is there anything you want to say to the many people that will be watching tonight's great battle?
Well, I thank my sponsor, Super Darts. Thank you for everything and believing in me. Thanks for everybody who reached out over the last few days. I greatly appreciate it. And I got to thank my wife and my daughter for letting me do this and letting me play a game that I love to play.
Well, we're excited to see you play that game you love to play so much tonight against James Edwards here for the finals of Division II. Rich, we wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Thank you. This is Rich Sterbenz. You're watching the CSC Challenger Series.
Ooh, Leonard Gates. But we're not going to get the 6 dart out. Just immediately lost my confidence. We'll see. Ooh. All right, we'll finish this up and then we'll move on to steel tip. Right in the bottom corner. Oh, God.
My name's James Edwards. I play out of Night Owls Saloon, and I play for Just Darts.
Well, James Edwards, welcome the Silent Assassin to the finals. It's going to be your first ever CSC finals appearance. How does it feel to make it this far?
Huge. Definitely look forward to growing more. It's definitely improved my game overall, and it's just talent that I haven't got to play anywhere else.
And your run has been filled with very strong matches and what has been practically a flawless run. I mean, you beat out previous champions, you beat out some heavy hitters across the whole way. Why do you think this run has been going so well?
I'm good at adjusting and adapting to people's different styles of play, and I think that helps me out a little bit.
And then tonight, you're facing Rich Sterbenz, a gentleman you played in week 4 of the CSC and was able to come out on top. He's shown us some explosive firepower on the dartboard. What's going to be your game plan to come out on top?
Same as it's been all season. Throw my darts. As long as I throw my darts, I can't complain.
And then if you win it tonight and in the CSC, you'd be bringing the title home to Indy for the first time ever. How would that make you feel?
It makes me feel really good, actually. It's definitely brought the attention to others, and hoping to get more people from Indy into it over the future seasons.
Yeah, certainly. Anybody except Don Kirby. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Is there anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, anybody else, or all the people that are going to be watching tonight?
Just thanks for all the support. Big shout out to Just Darts for going above and beyond, making sure the boards are taken care of, the camera system's in, and overall just really taking care of me.
Well, we're excited to see James Edwards versus Rich Sterbenz. Let's see if the CSC ends tonight and James is champion, or if we get one more week of darting action. James, we wish you nothing but the best of luck.
I'm James Edwards, and you're watching the CSC Challenger Series.
Richard Sterbenz 4, James Edwards 3. It's our finals of Division 2 here of the CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. Let's see how we end up here. So far, our last 3 legs have been fairly interesting. As we said before the break, 5-0, 5-3-3, 4-9-5 were our winning averages as we kind of settled in here a little bit, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. The averages have gone up a little bit. I think both players have kind of just settled into their game. The advantage right now is Rich, and it's 5 bowls, right? So that's how close this match has been at the end of the day. You know, it's one of those situations where this is James's first time in this moment with that many people watching him behind him, with this many people watching him online, and it takes a hot minute to get going. Once he does, he's going to be just fine, and I think that's going to happen. It's already he's kind of broken through that, right?
Yeah.
But,
what an opener there for Richard.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what Richard does. He's going to make it extremely difficult on James to come back from this point, and it's going to be extremely tough on James to come back from this point. He's going to have to throw in some great numbers to balance this baby out and then take control. So I can definitely see Richard just staying in control of this match from this point forward. He has that game. And then us coming back next week. Which I don't hate. You know?
Good, yeah. Come on now. More darts.
And that just means I get to get all my streaming stuff quicker. It forces the hand, you know?
Forces it on him. How about another 7 mark in this leg for Rich?
Big darts. Yeah, he's throwing extremely well out of this break. Very impressive. And James is 3.67. I don't know if that's more of a representation of how Rich is throwing or how James is starting out, you know?
Well, exactly. Look at that double 16 over to the 15s. He's feeling it now.
Yeah, this leg's over. It's going to be 5-3. And there's a long way to go in this match. Race to 9, guys. All cricket. But right now the Floridian is showing up. 5.79, the best leg of the match so far, and it happens in leg number 8 for Rich Sterbenz.
That was a fantastic
he strikes
leg.
first.
Fantastic leg from him. Definitely, hands down, the best leg we've seen so far, and by a significant margin. So, if you're James, shake it off, get back in the mindset here, and rattle off a couple legs, bud.
Mike Maloney, yes. Daryl Cortez lost to Chris Watson twice in a row for the double dip in season 2. 2. Yep. James taking an extra second or two to get going in this leg, and that's doing just fine. You can see Rich he did a little back bend in that small camera. I don't know if his back is starting to lock up on him a little bit, or if that's just his typical move. It's probably just a typical move. I do things like that all the time.
Kaylee Beard bringing up a great point in the comments there that Rich took a 15-year break. He's just now getting back into it. And so I actually asked him after our interview finished, I said, Rich, do you feel like the reason you have such high legs mixed with some low ones that are like surprisingly low in comparison, is that due to just not playing as much? And sometimes it clicks, sometimes it doesn't. And he said, that's exactly what I'm going through. And sometimes it's like riding a bike and I can just go and hit everything. And the next leg, I kind of forget for a little bit. He's like, but the more I play, the better I feel.
Yeah, so Rich is going to be one of those players that is just going to get back to his best form. So he's going to get better from this point, right? And a season like the CSC Challenger Series with the race to 9 format of all cricket can really help kind of solidify your consistency a little bit. That's why we see a lot of players continue to just get better after playing in the CSC.
Coming out of that leg, I just wanted to quickly give you some averages here. 4.60 for Richard and a 4.17 for James. So, I mean, Richard's hanging right in there with his average. It's just James hasn't quite produced yet.
No. He's still right in this match though. So for him,
Yeah.
this is still perfectly fine.
Mhm. He's not by any means out
Because
of this. And
boom
look at
goes
that.
the dynamite there for the Hoosier, James Edwards. He has 3 of the 4 9 marks too. Yeah, way ahead in this one. So it's going to be 5-4. Again, he's going to stay one break a throw down. He needs to break once to ensure a potential last leg decider if it's hold to throw from that point forward. Even with the loser start format, that's kind of how you have to think about it with this long of a format. Right at the Bulls. But yeah, 417 is definitely on the lower spectrum of what he could imagine shooting tonight.
Set himself up though. Off leg for Rich.
Dennis asking the question of the night, so I'll answer you in just 1 second there, bud. As soon as this leg ends, because it's a doozy. Might as well do it at least one more time this season.
You can rattle it off pretty good nowadays, huh?
I'm sure you can rattle it off pretty good nowadays. James gets it done. 4.59, 5-4 lead, or 5-4 lead for Rich still. But do you want to know how to become eligible to play in major PPD events like the CSC Challenger Series?
Boy, do I.
I don't know why you keep doing that. Players become eligible for those by playing in PPD leagues and daily remote tournaments or DRTs. And leagues are starting daily, so get involved by going to dartstoc.com and checking out the map. The map will show any location with G3 boards within the PPD system. They are always accepting new members, so if you're not seeing anything in your area, just have your vendor contact them on the website. From there, players can sign up for leagues on the website. Guess what? It doesn't take a ridiculous amount of games to be eligible either. Consistently playing one league a week will keep a player eligible for something like this event in the future. Again, go to dartstoc.com to get signed up today. Hallelujah. It's the one thing I'm good at on this show. Reading that exact script.
Just that one. Just
terrible at everything else.
Hey, just a reminder too that CSC Challenger Series giveaway this evening. The
Boom.
CSC retro jersey.
Yeah, it's a beautiful jersey. You'll love it. It looks way cooler in person, and that's saying a lot because it looks really cool in pictures as well. So, yeah, get your hands on that bad boy. Just leave a comment in our chat. Hit the like button on our Facebook page.
That's all you got to do. Going to the 18s now. For the close, double 18 does it.
Good old Maloney double. Mason Sasser, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. I love how he didn't say hi to you twos, the two people that he's met in person.
Remember that one time at Waffle House? Oh, sorry. My bad.
You build me up and then you knock me right down. I appreciate you.
Just a couple notches here. That's good. That's good.
You're right. I was getting way too cocky. I apologize. I need stuff like Waffle House, you know? Rich is just rolling in this one. James turned around his chair. He's not happy. He's going to go timeout here if he keeps this up. 2.33 in this leg. Yeah, James, I would beat you right now. You gotta pick this up, bud. And that's just saying a lot. I shouldn't be able to do that.
It's just having a couple off legs, and when you find yourself in this position, it's not what you want to find. Yeah, you've had a few weeks off, but I don't know. Gotta find it.
Well, there it is. 5.4 from Rich. Cody, appreciate you, buddy. That was Will who said that, by the way, not me. Well, actually, it was a comment in the chat that said it, not us, for the record. Yeah, Kaylee, you don't want to ask. We're not going to talk about it.
You can easily just tell them the story.
Don't worry about the score line on the screen that you just saw, guys. Please, for the love of God, ignore that. It is 6-4. Rich is up. It counts the count up as a leg, and that one went to James. So, again, just let it go. You didn't mean it.
Yeah, that's a good start there. Now he's got a little fire behind him. Got some love from his few spectators watching on. So
Oh, there's a lot back there. They're just watching from a distance. They know James. Those tables go back pretty far there at Night Owls, but yeah, those people that are sitting at that table have been sitting at that table all season long, and I think everyone else is kind of just, yeah, you can see it right there. They're just staying out of the way a little bit. Some of them are playing a couple boards away, while also watching. I did like that insight from Mike today, by the way, about that.
Not a bad little setup there for the bar.
No, it's great darts, and it's a great dart bar. Absolutely fantastic. The people are fantastic, and I'm not just saying that because they sponsor To The Point Streaming. I'm saying that also because they really are just a great bar. Good for the players.
Yeah, James taking a
seat
here.
I mean, if Rich is going to put on a show, he might as well get some popcorn and watch.
He's adjusting his beard, true Amish style.
Yeah, Cody's saying minimum 31 people watching back there. So that's quite a few. I've never had 31 people watching me play darts. So that's not even talking about the live stream.
Barely knows 31 people. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Went for the close there on dart 3. We've seen him do that consistently.
You see Sierra's hands go immediately to her face after that one.
Well, she knows what Rich has been doing. He's been punishing every missed triple at this point in time. Rich is throwing phenomenal darts to be up 6-4. Even if it is scrappy, it's a scrappy that is consistently winning. James does take away the 18s. South Dakota in the chat. Appreciate you. Guys, let us know who you're rooting for. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Sean Green, Will Stewart, Nick Teixeira live. Division 2 of the CSC Challenger Series Finals. James Edwards taking on Rich Sterbenz. Hi, Sarah.
It worked.
Let me say Ayo. 9
Big
mark
7.
from James Edwards.
Or big 9. My apologies. Yeah, big 9. That is actually his 4th of the evening. Yeah, it's amazing to see how far we've come from our first episode to here. I mean,
back.
Dude,
sorry.
Wow. No, you're good. You're good. I'm talking about our first stream of the season to here. It's gone pretty quick here. Gone pretty quick, and most of our matches we've been able to feature have been fantastic.
Chef's kiss on the matches that we've been able to feature this season. It's because honestly, it's hard to pick a bad match. You know, the players always show up to play and show out. It's exciting.
Kudos to Carly Griggs and Nick Teixeira for working out our who we're featuring every week.
Yeah, exactly.
More so Carly than Nick. I mean, let's be honest here.
Definitely Carly. And how about Adam Gum from Fishers, Indiana? That's my hometown. That's where I'm currently residing. So what's up, Adam? Thanks for tuning in, bud. And another 9 mark from Rich. We've had 3 in this leg, and that's what I'm talking about, bud. It just he's timing these perfectly, and it's hitting. Probably harder than it should. James needs that triple of some kind. And it has not happened, and that is big. It just completely turned on its head in this leg, and it's about to be 7-4.
Are we due for that? Look at this. Trip 15 over the 19s.
Got the double.
Oh my goodness.
Gross to throw at the double. Stupid Mike Maloney. But he gets it accomplished. So no one's going to learn today.
The guts on that guy.
There goes 15s. No, he stays there.
Shot.
I like that a lot. Still down 15 points. Taking away the 15s with Rich just pounding the bowl. It makes him maybe shoot at the 15s instead, which I like. He's not shooting at the winning dart. I don't like it as much. Real bad move, I think. But
well, we went from 4 to 8 in this.
Oh, look at this! It's back to 4. Oh my God! Oh, why'd you got to tease us like that, James?
Man, that was great. But Sterbenz for the win. stuck segment. Inner 12.
Wow. Phew. And Rich is wondering what the heck just happened there. Sorry, Rich.
He's still going to focus up and look at that.
And hits
still
it.
maintains.
Big darts from Rich.
5.64.
5.64, yeah. And it is 7-4 now, Rich. We are
back-to-back big legs. 5.4, 5.64 for Rich. Wow.
I mean, you know what I'm gonna say? This is the moment on Monday where they just decided to play their best darts of all time. I'm just saying, now might be a good time to maybe start doing that. If you want to, boys.
I definitely think, just looking at James Edwards' like body language here and everything, he's always cool, calm, and collected. He's showing more emotion than usual. He's definitely is showing the signs of frustration on those misses when in previous matches that we've seen him in the two other this season alone. You can see him normally just kind of shrug it off. It shows how much it means to him, but also on top of that, you don't want this to go another weekend. He just needs to clear his head and play his game. As Rich has shown, he's only going to get better as the match goes on.
Yeah, it's weird. I agree with you, but I also think at the same time, like if it goes next week, he'll be like, cool, we get to have more fun next week and play more darts. Like that's how he'll think about it. Like it's not going to be oh my gosh, I have so much pressure on me now. That's not how he thinks. It's not how he responds to anything. He really is that cool, calm, collected person where he's just, all right, cool, let's do it. It wasn't here tonight. Next week I'll have better darts, and we'll see if you can beat me twice in a row. Like that's how he'll look at it.
That's the brother James mentality, Nick. Come on now.
My bad. I apologize.
No, I mean, at the same time, he doesn't want to play next week, right? Like that's not ideal. 31 people are there to watch him win tonight. But knowing Indy, they'll show up again next week, so he doesn't really have to worry about that either. This is where he wants to take a shot at 18, but there's no reason to whatsoever.
Yeah,
good dart.
He decided to regroup, especially with that X on the 20s. It's a critical moment for him.
Well, we know what can happen when you go down 8-4, but it takes a miraculous 4 legs to come back from down that much.
Hey, say that to Ram.
It was miraculous.
He was definitely pulled it out and stomped on the gas, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll see if James can do the same here. Are we due for another week, or can James stop the momentum and potentially put this away tonight? Folks, it's your Division II Finals, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts.
Just accidentally hit my elbow on the table, so baby's gonna wake up now. Great.
I saw you go for that. I was like, what just happened? Just a reminder, you like and comment on our post this evening. You can have your chance at winning a CSC retro jersey. Pretty cool little giveaway brought to you by A to Z Darts and Magic Wear.
Yep. Yeah, not just James almost too nonchalant right now.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Sterbenz is gonna go for the 17s. And back up. Yeah, he took a shot there. Had to go back up. I don't mind the play there at all. Just going back up and extending out that lead. 116 points now. So really forcing James to go all 17s.
Yeah, and
he could take a shot if he would have hit 2 trip 17s, but even that, he would have found himself down. So
had John Pilgrim, Michelle, Josh Hill, Jeremy Rains, Jerry from Mansfield, Ohio. What's up, guys?
Nearly 500 folks tuning in this evening for our Division II Finals. Great to see. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
I feel like you've come at the ideal moment in this match because it's going to go one or two ways here. Either you're in for quite a roller coaster comeback, or you're here to see the end and potentially set up a rematch next week.
I don't know if you caught the stat earlier, but how about this?
Good dart again from Rich.
Nick did give us a nice little factoid from our first season to now.
Yeah,
300% increase in viewership.
Yeah, that's
is that
for Division I. Yeah, it's awesome. It's a testament to the players first and foremost, and then second, it's a testament to Nick, you know, because he hired us. So without him, there'd be no duo of commentator.
You should just say because he got pink hair, and that's it.
Pink hair, don't care.
It has become the cotton candy type of pink.
Oh boy, look at this from Sterbenz.
And Rich, he's on a very fun carnival ride right this second. Up 8-4 on James Edwards. Well, what's gonna happen? James, do you want to end it this week? Do you want it to go another one? Rich, same question. You got to ask them both, and we're about to get an answer. If this turns out to be just as good as Monday night, buckle up, Buttercups.
Wow, I did not anticipate this going this route today. I figured James was going to come out hot and step on the gas here, but completely opposite of what I was thinking so far. Now this isn't over. Let's see if James can put on the gas, but so far, just a single mark. Got to find a triple. Oh no,
just not finding it. And unfortunately, it's one of those situations where the more you're not finding it, the harder you try, and then the harder you try not to try, and then you just instead of just stop thinking, use your talent and your muscle memory and throw the dart hard. Stop aiming, just fire. That usually helps me go from a 2 to a 2-2. So
funny comment,
doesn't it? Helped.
Funny comment that Rich made to me when I was talking to him earlier was he's like, after being gone for 15 years, it's nice knowing that nobody really knows who I am. But after your stream last week where I played in third, I've been getting so many messages from strangers. I was like, oh, if you think last week is bad, imagine what happens in the finals here. He's like, yeah, so much for my comeback tour being unknown in the group.
Yeah, that's for sure. Rich is back.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I'm still learning people that have been around the game for a while that maybe vanished for that little bit, because I've only been around the game since 2017 is when I really started to get involved.
Oh, big dart from James.
It's crazy to see these people that have come about that used to play and now they're picking up the sticks again and getting back after it.
Yeah, like old guy Mike Maloney and
Benny Durst getting back after it. I hear. I mean, it's what's going to happen here in the near future. Who are we going to see?
I don't know. What's up, Jacob? Hope you're doing well, brother.
Yeah. Hey, Jacob. Hope you're doing well.
Look at this. James starting to pick it up a little bit.
There we
Boom
go.
Goes the dynamite.
That is his fifth of the evening.
Yeah, he has that firepower in him. He's just not consistently finding it. And unfortunately, Rich has followed each 9 mark with one of his own until that moment. The last 2 that James had thrown, Rich had followed it with a 9. And James just firing right back at the 19s. I think he's done playing a goofy game, now it's play the high ground, and when you're up a lot, then you can take a stab at it. And if you're not, keep throwing at the 8 or at the higher number, because you have the advantage doing that.
James taking his chance there. After a first start miss.
Which is fine. With that first dart going that far into the 7, I wouldn't want to throw the second dart either. Rich again, he's making James work for every single moment. There's the 9 mark response. Just happens a little bit later in the leg when it matters a little bit more. Yeah, again, James playing with the high ground. So he's okay not taking the stab at the 17s. He had been taking the stab, and it's been missing. The strategy is changing a little bit.
As it should. I mean, James's style of play works when you're hitting, right? When he does those hyper aggressive shots, it works when you're ahead. And we've seen it, like, for instance, last year's Jules versus Leonard Gates CSI matchup. The hyper aggression only works when you're hitting it and feeling confident enough to hit it every time. And this change is more than welcome, to my opinion, right now in Edward's strategy.
I almost wish it happened earlier. It might be too late. The player advantage rule is in effect, though, at this point in time. So if James does win this leg, he will go first in the next one. But then he will have to break the throw twice.
I'm wondering if it's too late or not. We'll see. He'll attack the 17s here.
Yeah, and there it goes.
Boom.
Big 8 mark there from James. And again, throwing a 5-7, his best leg of the match so far. These guys are throwing their best when they need to. Same thing from Rich. He's firing on all cylinders. My goodness.
But he's still out of reach here. So just under 100 points out of reach. So close him up. 15s. Just go about your business here, James. Win this leg. And look at her averages here. 5.82, 5.5. Finally, in game 14, it seems like we've kind of established a rhythm now. We've had a few one-sided legs.
The cool thing about this leg, right, is not just that James is throwing a 5.82 with the throw, but that Rich has made him work really hard to still win this leg with James throwing a 5.82. If Rich continues to do that, this is going to be really hard to come back on. James is going to have to continue to do something like that, and that's going to be tough. He can do it, but Rich can easily do the same thing. We've seen it so far. Yeah, Kaylee saying this is Division 1.5. Yeah, they're definitely in the Division 1.5 status right now. You don't find a bad, yeah, it should be James's throw, so. Oh, is he just going to let it go? He shouldn't. Yeah, he shouldn't. Yeah, I think they figured it out. This is where we've seen an issue with the move it forward thing. We'll see what happens.
Good on you. Good on you, boys. There we go. Figure it out.
Yeah, as long as this does not go 20 rounds, this is fine.
Yep.
But if it does go 20 rounds, technically Richard gets one last throw than James.
I think James is just confirming.
Yeah.
I think we're all right. Go ahead, boys.
No, they were just saying, Rich said sorry, and James is like, actually, that's kind of on me, too.
Yeah. And then he had to throw with 5 seconds left and just gave it right back to him.
Rushed it a little bit. Only a 1 mark, and this is big darts incoming for Richard potentially. He could feel a little bad though. Do we feel a little?
No.
Or do you hammer it away?
You say thank you.
Yep. Thank you. I'm gonna win this match.
I promise I'll only hit a 5 mark. That dart's a little bit of a blocker on James too. I don't know how he found that third one in there.
I don't know how he did either, my guy. That's that one.
It's a skin saver at this point, honestly. Rich again, just continuing just to power along, throwing so well.
Does he take that quick look? He took that quick look indeed. Great shots from Sterbenz.
And James just a frustration 3 mark. Great. Double 18 from Rich on dart 2 is a little okay. But he's feeling it right now. And James needs to get hot fast.
Yeah. And just finding the 2 singles. Definitely not handy. Definitely not handy for James, as Rich is going to step up here, and my eyes would be on 17 right off the bat.
Yep, and he might just move over to the. Yep.
That is a great mindset there.
Leg's not over with yet, but it's going to take a lot from James to get back into it. 5 is not enough. By a lot, I mean a couple 9s and Rich missing, and I just don't see that happening right now. Just don't see it happening. Rich is throwing way too well. That's enough, right? Like way ahead in the leg. Only a 9 mark here puts anything in jeopardy for Rich in this leg, and that did not happen. Look at that. Wire. But Rich has earned it tonight. That's for sure. I've been impressed.
That he has. Definitely earned this win.
100%. And again, this is one of those situations where next week we're going to do it all over again, most likely. You ready to come back? You thought you were rid of me, huh? You guys thought you were rid of me.
Hey, I'm not upset about a Florida boy making a run at it. That's not going to be surprising news to anybody at all.
Oh. It's not yet. There's no. It's definitely the end of it. He just gave James 3 more darts, you know?
And James just needs to walk away from this and know that it was one bad apple in what is otherwise a near perfect season.
Yeah, but there we go. Rich wins the first dip. Good match. They'll come back again next week. Great job. Great job, Rich. And Rich Sterbenz gets it done. Super Dart sponsored player. Florida native. Took 15 years off of the game. Coming back strong. I'm excited, bud.
Yeah, good performance for him. I'm going to be honest, though. I don't think both these guys are going to be happy with the night. I think Richard will be happier, but I think they definitely know that they can put forth a better effort. Would you agree?
Yeah. No, not at all. Rich had a great night. It does not matter what he shot overall, which he shot well, honestly. But he's not going to care about that. He won. He gets to play next week. That was the goal. He accomplished that goal. He did it without really working super hard to do so. 9-5 victory. So next week's going to be a good one. You can see Night Owls there in the background.
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to say that they all just the whole bar just gave him a standing ovation. I caught out of the corner of my eye just after it finished. I was trying to show that to you guys.
Yeah, and again, the exciting thing is that I know that knowing Indy, they'll be back again next week, right? So unless James decides, hey, I don't like that, they'll be back next week to cheer him on, and it's going to be exciting. I cannot wait to do that.
So I'm gonna say you're wrong on Richard there. 4.59 tells me that he's definitely not going to be liking his performance. He's going to put forth a better effort, especially when he knows that James currently was sitting at a 4.73 and he threw a 4.09 tonight. So definitely not James like that we have seen so far. But you're going to have your trips and falls along the way.
You're telling me that Rich is going to be upset because he shot 0.04 lower than his average for the CSC Division II tournament season.
I'm just going to tell you that he's not going to be fully satisfied.
Let's put it this way. They both have a lot left in the tank for next week.
Yes. And I think that he knows he's going to have to put forth a better effort no matter what, because he knows what James is going to do. So that's pretty much what I'm saying is that he thinks this may be a good one. He's going to have to put forth a better one next week because James is going to be there. James is definitely going to shake this off and be there next week.
Yeah, and you hope for that. You hope for both of them to kind of raise it up and it just be an absolute dogfight. Haymakers left and right. Let's go one more week. CSC Challenger Series Division II finals will be next Wednesday. Could have been tonight. It is next Wednesday.
Looking forward to it. Possible 2 scoops, or does James Edwards come out on top? Folks, join us Wednesday night, 8:30 Central, for our finals between James Edwards and Richard Sterbenz, the finals this time.
Yeah.
Will Stewart, Sean Green, Nick Teixeira. Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, I just want to say thanks to my first streaming studio. Next week I'll be in my new one. So last night in the house, it was a fun end to the streaming season. But I got one more week now with you guys, and we get to see my new setup next week. Who knows what it's gonna look like?
Pack it up. Pack it up.
Yeah, a lot of packing to do tonight. So
yeah, no kidding. See you guys. Take care.